family. Welcome to today's edition. And for today, before we proceed with the topic, I would like to let us know that, or food for the thought is that in whatever we do in this life, or for whatever reasons, uh, don't kill for whatever reasons. And on top of that, again, don't do bad to other people, or don't plot evil for other people. Yeah, that is it. Because all said and done, for whatever reasons, nobody will walk out of this world alive. We shall all eventually die. It does not matter how, when, or in which state, but we shall all die. So don't plot evil against other people. And actually, what I can say is that life has got no value. That is it. There's no value for life. And because life is one of the things that is irreversible, so if you kill somebody, there is nothing you gain, by the way. So today we are going to discuss on basically we're going to draw examples, real examples from interviews of the that has been held by the person in question, and in relation to the recent protests by the youths, and how I feel from the interviews that we are going to outline, that the mentioned person has been the main financier of the youth protests and the inciter of the same. So today, in the co-financier for the recent Genz protests, you remember that in the recent interview that occurred yesterday on State TV, and from his recent claims, the Honorable Jimmy Wanjigi, his net worth is close to 1.2 trillion Kenyan shillings. That's a very huge amount of money. And as we know, this budget is more than the 2007. That's the first Kibaki government budget. Was this 1.2 trillion is more than that budget for 2007 for Kibaki. And this budget, plainly speaking, is more than what Kenyan government collect in a year as revenue. 1.2 trillion is a lot of money. So these trillions have been made without any single known business or any single filing of taxes. Because as far as I'm concerned, for the whole of this span of time, this guy has been accumulating this wealth. There's no any single business associated to him, no any single well-known company that's filing taxes that's associated to him. Initially, we know this guy was behind the two brothers who are hiding in Kenya. That's in the very first days or first years of Kibaki government. The two foreign brothers were hiding under the dress of Mama Lucy, and they were doing some sort of dirty drug business. You remember the Thur brothers, the Thur Segarshian and the Maragarsian, who were called Mamluki, who were later on, after they were smoked out, and people were said that actually they were plotting to assassinate Raila Odinga. They were smoked out of the country and they went. So he had he was behind their hiding in Kenya, as it was proved. Again, this guy, when Kibaki, or during the later days of Moi in the 2000s, when Moi was about to exit the presidency, this guy was the main broker for the Chinese contractors in Kenya. When Chinese started coming in Kenya, China walianza kuja Kenya around the late days of Moi's in office. Those Chinese used to come in Kenya, get contracts and to earn. So this guy could get kickbacks of close to 40% of what they earn. He could come negotiate on the behalf of the Kenyan government, and also negotiate for the Chinese to get contracts. And since then, Chinese have been flopping in Kenya and doing major contracts for roads and this other infrastructure in Kenya. So he was the main broker for these contractors, and he could get 40% of kickbacks. So I'm trying to just explain how this 1.2 trillion shillings came into being through broking and also making some dirty money business by shooting some of those things. So this money this guy used to get through these dirty deals like broking and all that is part of the money that has been used to finance the recent civil war to overthrow the government. This because now the recent president has refused to give him contracts. The contracts are not coming through, so you have to incite somewhere. That's why recently on TV was saying that you have to come up with some, I don't know, economic revolution. That's how he termed it. But it's nothing the economic revolution. It's because his personal benefits were not coming through. There were no kickbacks, no contracts. And I'll tell you how this came into being up to the point that he was not being given contracts. Remember, this funding of overthrowing the government or such things were tried by the owner of the Modern Coast bus owner, but he terribly failed, or he badly failed about it. So recently on the Citizen TV, as I had said, the guy had claimed himself, Jim Wanjigi, that's yesterday on Citizen TV, claimed that he had brought the Chinese to Kenya. That is in the early 2000s, when Moi was about to exit stage as president. So he used to broke for them. He could come negotiate on their behalf and on the behalf of the government of Kenya and get the kickbacks. That is it, for the tenders. That's how he used to make the money. So these guys didn't tell Kenyans that he was the chief cartel, actually. Chief cartel behind this during the sunset of Moi's exit from presidency and the onset of Kibaki's entry into presidency. So he didn't tell the people like that thing. He failed to tell people that. Again, he failed to tell Kenyans that he was doing dirty work, the dirty work for Kibaki. Kibaki was a clean man. That you have to have somebody to do your dirty work. So he was doing the dirty work for Kibaki and his Mount Kenya mafias. That is broking and all that. So he failed to highlight that, but it's well known. And again, you realize that during the NAC government, he was the guy who was behind that. He could do that on the behalf of the government. He wasn't in the government. He was not elected, but alikuwa kama mtu wa mkono. So the guy, remember the Anglo-leashing scandal that happened in 2003 and 2004. His name was adversely mentioned. That's why when you look at those reports and actually those Ringera sittings and all that, his name is really mentioned in that scandal, the Anglo-leasing scandals, if you are all conversant with it. And this scandal happened during the very early years of the Kibaki administration. That's 2003 to 2004. Kibaki came into power 2002. So those early years, there was that scandal, and he was adversely mentioned in that scandal, and it ran into billions of shillings. So the guy made a lot of money during the 10 years that Kibaki was in government, but through dirty deals, because he was not elected, he was not appointed in any office, but his work was just to breach between these contracts and the government and get the kickbacks. So this key came into being. So when Uhuru and Ruto were to form a government, the guy himself, there's a time when Uhuru or the police had went to raid his house, and he said plainly on national television that the Uhuru and the Ruto government were formed in his house. He said that. So in short terms, it means he was the main financier of Uhuru and Ruto government in 2013. But this is how it happened. He confessed on TV about that, but he failed to tell people that he financed that. And part of the agreement when he was financing them to come into office in 2013 was that Uhuru will give him the SGR deal so that he can actually recover the money that he had funded him for the campaigns. But what happened is that when Uhuru came to office, these deals went to his family members and close associates. So the guy didn't get it back. So the guy became bitter. But the bitterness also became so worse in 2018 when Uhuru again went to handshake with Raila. But before Uhuru went to change with Raila, the guy now had parted ways with Uhuru because he compared the SGR deal, so he could not come back with his money. So this guy now decided in 2017 now to start supporting Raila Odinga. So he was the main financial or sponsor for NASA in 2017, knowing that actually when Raila comes back, he will get some contracts here and there to recover his money. So unfortunately, he had been working there from before 2017, during 2017 and after 2017 elections. But when Raila lost, and at some point Raila now came into handshake with Uhuru in 2018. So the guy felt betrayed twice. Uhuru had betrayed him, denying the SGR deal. Raila now had gone to handshake with Uhuru, who had betrayed him earlier. So the guy felt double betrayed. That's why in 2022 elections, the guy did not support Raila Odinga's presidential bid, but he was preferring to support William Ruto, thinking that now William Ruto will sympathize and give him some deals here and there. But unfortunately, Raila didn't make it, yes, and Ruto made it. But now Ruto is a man now wanted to do away with the cartels. You understand? And Jim Wanjigi is a cartel in brokerage, in construction industry and all that. So now that's these deals, he was not seeing some hopes for the deals. That's why he came with that notion or that mentality of telling people that we have coming up with what you call a revolution or economic revolution. So he was inciting the youths, because if this a person who has made his money genuinely, he should be having some genuine registered companies that has been operating all this long, genuinely tax filing companies or tax filing strategies, because 1.2 trillions is not a money that you just make kirahisi hivyo. He has made it over a span of so many years, so it should be explained on a all spread years. This is a guy who has never been elected in any politics, no serious business he has carried out that has filed taxes, but you just have money. So these are money from dirty deals, broking, kickbacks and all that. But when they did not start coming back, it's now inciting the youths in the name of Genz and all that. So this financier, the coup financier, now things have become so hard. So he was hiding in that. But now the truth has been told. If you can compare his interviews all along in national television and what he has been just saying by himself, you can see he's jumping from politician A to politician B with the hope of getting those kickbacks or those brokerage businesses. But now things have been hard. Ameachwa kwa mata and things are not coming on well. That's why recently when Raila Odinga was in Kalenjin land during the burial of the father of Commissioner Masiti of the Cherera 4, he said that Uhuru Kenyatta called him and told Raila to go and speak or talk with William Ruto so that the country could not burn. It's because even Uhuru Kenyatta himself is against this man Wanjigi. Raila again is against that. And the guys now, the political class now, that is the three guys, Uhuru Kenyatta, William Ruto and Raila Odinga, are wise. They don't want to remain in bondage of now this the business guy, the broker guy. So this guy is the main financier. Remember in my recent video I had said that is the main financier of the Genz protest. And this can be clearly be seen. So thank you guys for tuning in. Come in next time, every hour, every day. Shall be dropping something hot, guys, depending on the proven investigations that can be proved and well researched things. Thank you guys for visiting once again. Remember to subscribe if you are a new person here, to view actually and comment. Thank you and bye bye. See you next time.